Article 1 is adopted.
That's the sound of impeachment's long-awaited collision with the 2020 campaign. For months, what's going on in the Capitol has followed the candidates onto the trail. Now it threatens to take some of them off the road at a crucial time.
The 2020 campaign
I don't know
on
what else
Skype.
I'm going to do. I mean, we're just going to find a way to do it.
5 candidates who are also senators preparing to trade precious FaceTime with voters for long days in D.C. Those voters keenly aware time with some of these candidates could soon be scarce.
I was not really liking the idea of getting up early this morning, and I was like, oh, maybe, I can go in a few weeks. And my dad was actually the one that pointed out, he's like, well, if they're busy in the Senate, you might want to get a move on that.
Candidates and staff alike now trying to contend with juggling these two massive political moments.
So how do you juggle it, though? Do you fly back and forth? Have you thought about it at all?
No one knows yet what this trial is going to look like and how Mitch McConnell is going to run it.
My strategy is to be in New Hampshire a lot.
How do you balance that, though, with an impeachment trial?
We're going to have to.
They're not going to be meeting at night, so we can obviously fly from D.C. to states and hold events in the evening and fly back.
With the senators bouncing between the trail and a trial, the rest of the field can campaign unencumbered.
Is there any part of you that sort of relishes that you'll have the campaign trail a little more to yourself once the impeachment inquiry goes to the Senate?
I don't know that I'm going to have anything to myself.
But that doesn't mean they're enthusiastically campaigning on impeachment.
The question is not first and foremost, what about impeachment?
Out here on the trail, our job is to talk to voters about how their lives are going to be impacted by who's sitting in the White House.
We have to stop being obsessed over impeachment.
The Senate trial will, however, offer candidates, especially those outside the top tier, a chance at made-for-TV moments that could break through.
I think everyone will remember what happened at the Kavanaugh hearing. Could you answer the question, Judge? That's not happened. Is that your answer?
Yeah, and I'm curious if you have.
I have no drinking problem, Judge.
Yeah, nor do I.
Is there any upside to you in being someone who's in these impeachment trial hearings?
Well, I think there may be an upside in that I'm doing my job, but I just can't think of it that way. I think the Kavanaugh hearings marked me as someone that would stand my ground.
And when impeachment is on voters' minds, most candidates try to tie it back to a larger campaign theme.
But the way I see this is we've now seen the impact of corruption. And that's what's clearly on the stage in 2020.
Congress can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time.
Perhaps the ultimate test of doing two things at once.
8 banking accounts.